Moxiepod. We're glad you joined us. So today we're gonna be talking about going to physical therapy, what it looked like maybe as we were children, as what it looks like as we become adults. I kind of thought about this topic based on the fact that I've been going for my shoulder. I wanted to bring up certain things I've noticed along the way. Um, Anything you want to add, Sonia, or should I
No,
kind of go
yeah,
with
I
it?
think that's great. I want to definitely hear about your experience. I personally have not been in therapy since I was in eighth or ninth grade, but I
Okay,
did do it from a really young age. I still did it for like a total of like 13 years.
me too. So it was part of the public school system,
Oh yeah, yours
and
was.
for me, and I went up until eighth grade. And then because I think I went to a private school, it stopped.
Oh,
I think if I had went to a public high school, I probably would have received maybe in addition to physical therapy, I think you get other services too
oh
that
wow.
extend. I know you could go to like see a counselor and stuff like that because I went to a counselor in grade school and I thought it was kind of weird and it freaked me out because that's the first time I think I've been exposed to that, you know?
Right. So it's such a different thing.
Yeah, so in high school, it kind of just stopped.
Wow. Okay, so
Yeah.
you only did therapy through school. You didn't do it like
Oh,
externally or?
no, my mom took me externally too.
Oh, so you had
But
both. What were the
yes,
differences between like I don't know if let me not assume things, but I don't know if the school ones is qualified. But well, yeah, anyway, what's the difference between the school one and then like at an actual facility?
I think I really enjoyed the actual therapist. Like
Mm,
separating the therapy and the therapist.
exactly.
My therapists were just the most wonderful people. You know,
Aw,
they were so kind
oh
and
my
they
God,
fell
that's
in
so
love with the kids, which I'm sure is so easy to do, because you spend so much time with them, hours a week, maybe 3 hours a week you're spending with this person, so you
yeah.
kind of, yeah, you get to know them and like they become your like I don't want to say friends, but you're like happy to see them when it's time to go have therapy. It's never like, oh, I don't want to do this, or, you know. So I will say that they're all great. I think maybe going to an actual, like, outpatient center, I think you get to spend more time there. It's
Mm.
because in school you only get 25 minutes maybe
Oh, that's really
because
short.
I
Okay.
know, think about it, they have to go grab you, you go into another room, you do your therapy, and then you're done. So it's probably a 30-minute time span, but getting
Yeah.
ready and all that. I mean, so I will say there's more time spent in the outpatient, like going to a separate additional therapy
Yeah,
apart
because you get
from,
almost like an hour, right?
yeah, uh, 45 minutes. So I think it's usually about 45 minutes typical
Okay. Mine was like
per
50
set.
minutes to an hour.
Yeah, so I mean around there. So
Yeah, quite a bit more time regardless.
I will say, like, as I remember back on like going as a child, I think I remember more of like the hospital scene, like the scenery of being in like a hospital type setting much
Oh
more
my God,
than,
like the wallpaper and everything.
yes, yeah. You can almost smell it, you know?
Oh, there's a very distinct hospital smell scent. Yeah, you're like,
Yeah,
just like how thrift stores have the distinct scent, hospitals do
yeah.
too.
And people hate their store smell, but me, I
I love it. It's
embrace
so
it.
comforting. I'll
And
sniff extra hard. I'll be like,
I know, I embrace it like a warm hug from your grandma. It's the best.
literally.
So yeah, I think
Wait, so you
overall,
did therapy in a hospital?
I think, yeah, but it was like
Okay.
back in like, it was, what, almost 20 something years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was just part of the part of the outpatient was in the hospital. So it was all
Okay.
conflict. Yeah.
Oh, I guess mine was too Memorial. Let me not leak it. Um, yeah, mine was too. I never thought of it. I don't know
Yeah.
what. Well, I went to a few different ones. One of them was like had its own building, and then one was like a floor on the hospital.
Yeah. So yeah, to answer your question, I think definitely the one my mom took me to separately better suit me for the future. I don't
Yeah.
want to sound disrespectful to the ones in my school because they were amazing, but they only got so much time to work with me.
Right. And I'm
And
sure they
they,
had a bigger caseload, and obviously, yeah, such a time crunch. I think the purpose probably is just additional support, but you do have
yeah,
to outside.
and they were amazing. Oh my God.
Oh
Um,
my God, yeah.
yeah. And then so I've been going to therapy for my shoulder. It started 2 weeks before Halloween, maybe.
So like over a month now.
Yeah, and my last session is tonight, actually. I go to,
Oh, oh my God, you're graduating therapy.
but
Look at you, what a pro.
I so in the middle of therapy, so I've been thinking about this a lot. Like, I think
Yeah.
I said the wrong thing. I did not want to be rude or offensive, but I think I was.
What?
So I think in the middle of, like, at your midpoint, they're gonna ask you, like, do you think this is helping? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, frankly, no.
Hey, it's good to be honest. Why are you gonna
Yeah,
say
I
the truth
wanted to
is
be
so?
honest. I wanted to be honest because I know this is a chronic condition, and I didn't expect it to be a miracle.
No,
I
therapy's
just, I just wanted to learn how to strengthen my shoulder so it's not as fatigued that, you know, because my shoulder juts out. So I'm trying to train it to like go back in this place basically. But
yeah.
anyways, I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think it's helping. But I think you're a great, you know, PT. I just don't know if this is helping me.
What makes you
And
think
then,
that?
yeah, and then the therapist was like, well, then I have to release you. I'm like, oh,
I guess to help you find a better
right.
resource.
So she's like, well, if it's not helping you technically, I have to, discharge you. I'm
Uh-oh,
like,
yeah.
well, okay, I accept that because I did say, and then I asked her personally, I'm like, well, what do you think? Do you think this is helping me, um, for the better? And she said, well, let me measure you. So she measured like how far I can lift my arm up and like those type of things.
Yeah,
And she said, well, there is improvement in that. So
that's good.
so I'm gonna keep you until, in the session,
Mm.
which was great. But now I'm thinking back to like, I should not have said that. Like, maybe I was just fatigued that day or in a lot of pain. But I just feel like, man, that was not the right choice. Like,
I
right thing to say.
I think I disagree because like okay maybe like your measurements or like what like oh shit the words on the top of my tongue like how you could stretch like
Yeah.
lift it up more. I don't know. I
Mm,
forgot the technical terms. Whatever. It slipped my mind. But okay, maybe you improve by that. But if you don't feel like you got perceived benefit out of it, I think that's good for her to know. That way you're not wasting her time, your
yeah.
time. Maybe she can tweak the way she does therapy. So I
Yeah.
don't think that was a wrong thing to say because that's up to how you feel regardless of the numbers.
Okay. That makes me feel better because
Yeah, no, genuinely.
I didn't even think about it almost. It kind of like word vomited it out, you
Okay, and
know.
that's how you know it's true.
Sometimes it's just you're pissed off, but yeah. I mean, so, but I will say I've learned some good stuff
Ooh, what?
for my shoulder. You wouldn't think it, but it's so challenging. Like, some of the simplest exercises she gave me, I couldn't do because my shoulders are just at the point where they're so weak from like not
Yeah.
using it. But I have had some great exercises that I will be doing from here on out. But
Right, even once you stop therapy.
I just don't want to get in that like habit of like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it later. And
Oh,
then,
yeah, once you break a habit, it's so much
yeah,
harder to start
because
it back up.
especially when you're so busy with the holidays, it's like
Mm-hmm.
nothing, you can't fit time anywhere. It feels like your days are
It's
so
so,
packed.
yeah. Yeah, but I actually heard this like saying or like read it and it really resonated me. Make time now for your wellness, otherwise you will have to make time for your illness. And now I'm like, damn, that hits hard. You
Mine
probably
will
just need to spend that extra 15, 20 minutes, whatever it is, every daily. Otherwise, you'll be spending much more time in pain when it'll be too late.
totally. That is beautiful. Text that to me later
There
because
you go. Affirmations. Get that ingrained in your
I'm
head. I
gonna
got you. I'll
write
take
that down 10 times. Um,
right, whatever makes it stick. Back to school when you're trying to memorize something.
yeah. And I do remember when I was pregnant, I also went to therapy for like lower back pain and stuff like that, which is
Okay.
typical for pregnancy, you know.
Mm-hmm. With all
And
the weight of carrying the baby. And then with your, and how it affects your walking gait.
yeah, and also your like hoo-ha muscles, you want to keep them like your kegels and stuff because after you have that baby, you can develop bladder issues too, especially
Mm, that's
for some,
terrible.
yeah, someone with who's already got weaker muscles. You know, you just want to make
Yeah.
sure you help that too, and that was like
Mm-hmm.
therapy for like just pregnancy, not even CP. That was just a separate thing in itself.
Yeah, I feel like
It,
every woman has to be wary of that. And then with CP, you're more vulnerable to that, so you have to take an extra precaution.
yeah. I feel like me personally, I always just say, oh, it's because of my CP.
I
Oh,
know it's
it's,
such a cop
you
out
know,
sometimes
yeah, it
to
is a cop
justify
out.
things, even though it's like, is it really? And I'm just trying to avoid accountability.
Yes, exactly.
Would you say that you would like, would you go back to therapy?
Yeah. Uh-huh. I would work on, I was thinking about this the other day. If I was a very wealthy person,
Yeah, it's
I,
expensive.
yeah, I would hire a therapist to come to my house.
Oh, that's
Just, yes. But first, they would just watch me throughout my day, right? They would,
oh, this is so smart.
yeah, they would see what I do. They
Mm-hmm.
would just not say anything, just take notes,
Silent observer.
yes. And then I would ask them, okay, there are some things I know that I can change, and there's some things that probably aren't going to change.
Yeah.
Will you help me to be the best possible person I can be? Um, that sounds stupid. You know what I mean.
Hey, it's
And just,
cliche, but true. You gotta reach the
yeah,
better version of yourself.
so I would ask them, okay, where can I improve? Where do I start? And then
Yeah.
I would have them over maybe 2 or 3 times a week to
That's
keep me accountable. That
yes.
would be like the most ideal, right? Say money was no object. That would be like so beneficial, I think. Eh,
Right. I feel like everybody could benefit from that. Like,
Yeah,
I really love that because, like, they watch you go about your routine and they may catch on things, and it's such a personalized plan, right? It's like directly relates to your everyday
exactly.
things that you can incorporate. I never, oh my God, that's a dream.
Yeah, it is a dream, yeah. And people with CP, their condition, it varies so much
No
that,
CP is the same.
yeah, and to find a specific therapist that, has the most experience with CP. I mean, that's obviously, I'm throwing pennies in the well, but that would be so great to me. To
Right.
answer your question super long, yes, I would go again, for sure.
I love your therapy service. Oh my God. Well, if you ever get extra wealthy, you just hire an on-demand therapist.
I will, 1,000% I will.
Wait, so with your shoulder, so it was just a preset amount of sessions, yeah?
Yeah. I
And
it,
no,
I
go ahead.
feel like if I went back to my doctor, he would write me a script to go back. That's kind
Okay.
of me speculating, but I
I
feel
would
like he would.
assume, I would
Yeah,
hope so. If you're like, hey, I think I need it more.
yeah. But like I said, she gave me the exercises to improvement. It's also very challenging because I'm so uncoordinated also, and I also have like issues of balance and issues with stabilization that I can't do all the exercises. Like I have to start on level one, like way down there before.
That's okay.
Yeah. So maybe once I stabilize my shoulder enough, it would be nice to go back and like say, what now? How can I progress?
Right, because you can always progress. Yeah. Just
Yeah,
taking one step at a time. I think hopefully if you do those exercises, you can get to step two, three, four,
yeah.
boom.
Plus all the other exercises I do, like at the gym and stuff, lifting
Yeah, you're
heavy,
really good about the gym.
But I've been talking for 20 minutes.
As you
I
should.
want,
We love to hear it.
okay, I think you
Same.
do. But I want to hear
I really do.
about you now. What was your first experience with therapy like? Because your parents took you right
Yeah,
to
I
that.
have a pretty extensive history with therapy. I did like, I mean, not swim therapy. I don't know if it was necessarily therapy, but it really did help from like a really young age, like 6 months
Mhm.
old. Before I mean, I couldn't even walk until I was 5 and I was already in the water. So I did that. And then I did go to therapy starting really young. I don't remember what age, but it's like super young. I did physical therapy and occupational therapy. So my therapy would be 2 hours, 1 hour for each. And I also did school therapy very briefly, but I did not have the best experience with that. So I had an
Oh,
occupational therapist, and with therapy, right, they're trying to help you make the most of your body, no? Like,
mm,
let's see how much you can do and how far we get you. She was the opposite. She was trying to help me do as much as I could with my left hand, right? Because and then like just completely like, okay, don't even use your right hand. Like I would be trying to use my right hand as like obviously there's not much I could do with it. And she'd be like, no,
mm,
no, 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 no. And I'm like, girl, I've already been trying to do so
mm,
much with my left hand. You should be encouraging me to use my right hand more and more.
yeah,
Like trust me, even though I was young, I've thought of all these not sounding like I'm a god complex or something,
mm,
but like, come on, I live in this body. I've thought of most of the ways you can do things one-handed. I'm trying to
right.
be here to find how to use as much of my right hand as possible. I'm not in therapy to know how to use my left hand. So that's why we stopped the OT through school. However, I did it outside of school for years and years, and that was really helpful. They really help you find adaptive techniques. Like she worked with me tremendously to help me be able to tie my shoes. Like we did buttons, we did zippers, we did pouring things like cereal, or well, like she mimicked it. She had like these little foams and then water, so it was like almost like oh you were doing cereal. So that was cool. And then in PT, like we did going up and down the stairs, tried doing it without support. We did the treadmill. We did the balancing beam, wasn't really good, like staying on one foot. So just all these like little things that were really helpful, but I was just really young at the time and I didn't appreciate it. I just thought, oh my God, I have to go here for 2 hours. Like it's so miserable. And now I'm like, oh my God. And then I guess I think like in hindsight it really did help, but when I was like in the moment, I thought, oh, okay, it's not really helping. I'm kind of just staying where I am, but I'm like, okay, at least it stopped me from regressing because it's like kind of sad because I think I'm losing the minimal usage I did have of my right hand and my balance just gets progressively worse. And maybe it did help, but beyond I know. And they did like the assessments like to assess like my motion, my mobility, like the how like straight up I could get my leg and like things like that. Yeah, range of motion. That's what it's called. Yeah, there he goes. There it goes. Yeah, so they did exams like that and then they did some games and I think sometimes they would do almost like group therapy. So like with the other kids there, I mean, obviously they didn't even have CP. Like it was just whatever physical disability, and maybe we would do like an activity together. Obviously focusing on improving your physical state, but. Yeah, that was, I mean, that wasn't very often. That was like once in every while. Most of the time it was like individual, but yeah, so I would say, yeah, you never had that? It was Yeah, I just like remembered it. I'm like, yeah, because it wasn't very often. Like must have been like once every couple months, and it wouldn't even be like the whole session. I remember like we would play the Wii, like Wii Sports, to, like work on your like mobility. That was always pretty cool. Yeah, I would say I know I did horseback riding. That wasn't really therapy, but that helped. What like especially my core is so weak. That really helps your core, especially like when you're trotting. They call it posting when you're sitting up and down, up and down. And so that was super helpful. So I would say, yeah, I overall had a really positive experience with therapy. I would go back if it wasn't so expensive. And like you said, the whole time thing. But I'm hoping in the next couple years I could start it up again and with insurance, hopefully it's decently affordable.
Yeah,
Goal.
goal. Like, would it be to strengthen your left arm and say your right arm a little more balanced, or what do you feel your biggest need is right now?
I mean, I think I would love to be able to put my hair up. but I know that would take like forever and ever, and I'm not sure.
Maybe not. I mean, they make stuff all the time, like accessible things. Even you can make something yourself if you took the time and you're like, well, if I did this, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it just take a lot of time. I tried doing it with one hand. I couldn't really do it, but yeah, so I would say, yeah, probably putting my hair up, helping
Okay.
with balance would be good. Obviously, maybe just strengthening my right hand in general, whatever way. I don't know, like opening things. I'm not very good at opening things, so like working on that. What about you?
Right. I think my next goal would be strengthening my core. Um,
Yes, the core. Oh my God.
because uh, it just helps in so many ways. It essentially helps your balance, essentially it helps your fatigue. You know, it just, it, yeah. And I want a nice flat stomach. Like, I've been trying to get there. I don't know
You,
why, it's just, I'm so lazy. I think a lot of people are, to be honest, not
yeah,
to
so much.
overgeneralize, but I want a Sonya belly. I want that
No, please, you
flat.
already do. Oh my God. You have the perfect body. You just
Oh
need
my
to
god, stop.
recognize
Anyway,
and appreciate it.
well, not just for looks either. I think it would really help me in my day-to-day living if I was just stronger in my core.
No, I think the core is so important. Because mine is so weak, but I'm like, I need to get to the core of this problem.
Yeah. I want to ask you a question about therapy. When did it end for you? Like when you were 18 or before then?
No, 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 before that.
Okay.
I think it was the summer between eighth or ninth grade. Again, I
Ma-
didn't really want to be in therapy. I tried finding
right.
ways out. Why? Because I was stupid. Oh my God.
Did you ever feel embarrassed um, to go
Yeah, I
in
wouldn't tell
general?
people. I would just be like, oh, I have an extracurricular, or I play chess and be like, oh, I have a chess lesson, like to outside people. I was so embarrassed. I could not just be like, oh, I have physical therapy. Oh, I have occupational therapy. No, it's like, oh, I have something else, or oh, my mom's dragging me along to this.
I couldn't make excuses. They would just come get me, and they knew who the person was, and the
Oh my, oh
teacher,
yeah, because for your in school one.
and then the teacher was like, "All right, Sarah, make sure you do your homework."
Oh, hey, but were you embarrassed, or were you just kind of like, oh, chill, it is what it
I
is?
I was like, "It is what it is,
Hey, it's good to
whatever."
embrace it. I mean, it's part of your life, and you have people who end up with chronic conditions or who have to go, they hurt themselves and they have to go to therapy. Like,
Yeah.
there's
Also,
no shame in it.
I all throughout school, I carried all my books in a like roller backpack.
Oh, that
Like
sounds so nice.
no
What?
one else could do that, right? And I'm the only one who was always rolling around with this book bag. And also my desk was always super big. It wasn't a standard desk. It was like an accessible desk for
So
me.
they would have one in all your classes, so every
Yeah.
time you would change classes, they knew.
So everyone, like it was so obvious. Like I couldn't keep it a secret if I tried.
Right, which I mean, it's okay. You're just getting the help you need to reach your
Right.
potential.
So it was just like I was the big elephant in the room always. So
Yeah, like people want to ask questions, but they're like, ah.
yeah. So if if it got awkward, I was just so used to it at that point. It's like okay.
Exposure therapy.
And I enjoyed my therapist, so it was
That's
kind of,
so good.
it was almost a relief to go there. honestly, you know?
It's a breath of fresh air away from like, I mean, you're still in school, but like the school environment. Yeah, because I had a VI teacher, vision impairment teacher.
Okay.
So I guess she wasn't necessarily a therapist. I mean, obviously, I
Mm.
say that in quotes. No, she was not a therapist. She 100%. No, that was, but it's like kind of felt like the same vibe what you were describing. I'm still in touch with her now. I'm actually going home and I'm meeting her for lunch. But
Oh, nice.
yeah, she was like that. Like she was so nice as a person. So
Yeah.
like how you were saying, like now I guess I don't know how much you can be friends with like the 60-year-old, but like we're friends in a way. And it's just
Why
so nice.
not? Yeah.
Right. Why not? Even if like they're there to obviously help you with your needs, but it's sometimes even just someone who gets you. It's so nice. Like
Exactly. They
she vouched for me
understand.
in terms of like all my accommodations, even if it was like something related to like cutting or something that
Uh-huh.
was mainly due to occupational problems and not in
Mm.
her field. She would literally talk to the teacher for me and stuff. And I feel so bad because this was the sweetest lady ever. She would meet me before school or after school because I was so embarrassed to get pulled out of class.
Oh my
She was
God.
out of office hours for me, and I still was so embarrassed at her and I couldn't look her in the eye. I'm like, oh my God. Don't worry, now
Yeah.
I love her. And in high school, I was like, bro, please take me out of class.
Yeah. You know what? She sounds like a mentor almost.
Yeah,
You know,
literally a
someone
minute.
she taught you how to guide your way through your issues. And she
Mm-hmm.
worked with you and like as a
Literally.
friend. Yeah.
I love
Sounds
her so.
just like a mentor. Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely helped me learn to advocate for myself because when I was a kid, I would just take the small print. I wouldn't say if I could see the board. Sometimes I still don't say if I could see the board, but I now handle all my accommodations. I mean, I had to, I'm in university, but I told her how when we were crossing the stage in high school, how it was steeper steps, so I kind of needed the
Hmm.
railing, and like how it was like when we walked in to the auditorium, I was like, oh my God, this is so perfect. The railing's on the right side, also known as the left side. But but then I realized why the hell are we crossing backwards? I'm like, oh my God, it's on the wrong side. And so I was like, this is very problematic. And
Mm.
I took it upon myself and I emailed the assistant principal because she was the one who was directing graduation. And
Hmm.
I told this teacher, and she was so proud of me. And then also this semester, actually, we had to do a presentation. And normally, right, you just at least let me not say normally. In my experience of presentations, you just click through. They have a clicker, so you don't really need to be looking at the mouse or the computer screen, maybe the big screen. But she wanted us to click links and go back and forth between the presentation, YouTube, this website. And I'm like, oh my God. And her mouse is like really small. I enlarged my mouse. And so I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to see it. So I literally talked to the professor and was like, hey, can someone flip through it for me? And I told this teacher, I texted her and she was so proud of me. And I'm like, oh my God, the way that she's like still so sweet, even though I'm no longer her student. And she was like, actually, and then I was like, oh my God, that's so sweet. You're proud of me. And she's like, I'm always proud of you. I was like, oh my God, her validation. This is no one gives me this validation. Such a sweet little lady. What are they?
Going to come to think of it, I didn't even like school. I
As
think
you
I
shouldn't.
liked therapy better. Like it was almost an escape to not be around the kids and
Was it
stuff,
mainly like
you
you just didn't
know.
like the schoolwork, or was it the kids because they were mean?
It was social. Like I was always pretty good at school.
Smart.
I did my homework. I would I
I
would
get you.
stay I would stay up all night sometimes because it would just physically
That's
took
cute.
me longer to do my homework, and
That's
to
awesome.
write. So I always wanted to do the right thing and do my and all that. but it was the social aspect of being around the kids and
Oh my God, we
not
can talk
having
about that in an
friends.
episode. That could be a full
Yeah.
episode in itself.
So just you talking about that, it was like, wow, yeah. Especially middle school. Middle
Oh
school
my.
was just somehow the worst.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Because,
girl. Life.
when I went to public school, like up until 8th grade, and I kind of knew these kids all my life,
Yeah,
right?
you grew up with them, right? Since
Yeah.
kindergarten.
So in kindergarten, we would be so close and
Oh, I
stuff.
miss the innocence of that.
Yeah, and then once you got to about 2nd grade, the kids like make that transition and they
Yeah.
are more socially aware and they're
Mm-hmm.
socially aware that hanging out with me would make them, the
Not
odd one
socially
out.
cool
Yeah.
in their book.
So as they were going through that, I was also going through, you know, how to process this sudden change of like, wait, we used to be friends. What
Right, what's
happened?
happening here?
Yeah, so I think like,
That sucks.
yeah, like 2nd grade to 5th grade was like really, really hard uh to navigate my disability socially.
It takes a toll on you mentally too.
Yeah, cause there's things at like 8, 9 years old you understand better, even when you're maybe 12 years old. So
Mm-hmm.
going through that is just very challenging, especially
Literally.
when you don't have much self confidence.
No.
And and also during that time, I lost my brother. So my
Oh,
family was kind of all out of sorts, and it was just hard all around. So yeah, the,
God, that's a lot for like a 9-year-old, 10-year-old to be
yeah,
balancing all of that.
and it was really hard for me to process death in general too.
Right.
So especially your brother, it's not
Oh,
like a
I'm so,
grandma, like they're old, uh, kind of understand that process. People get old, and then but you have a 19-year-old kid who
right,
just
literally a kid.
right, yeah. So wow, I didn't think I'd bring
I no,
bring
I'm
this
sorry.
up.
That's your brother.
No,
Like
no,
someone you
don't
use
be
since you were.
sorry. Don't be sorry. But just thinking about like therapy and how I got to this like realization of like how that elementary middle school was like such a trying time for me. It kind of
Mhm.
like it's all coming back. It's all becoming a little fresher.
Oh God, let me know if we go too far. I don't want to like resurface anything.
Oh no, no, you're good. But yeah.
Wow.
What other question did I have for you? Oh, when you when you were getting that OT and you felt unhappy with it, how old were you? Would you
I was
say?
really little. I was like in second, third grade. So like it got cut pretty quick. I think I don't even think I was in it for like a full school year because
Okay.
like my mom was like, this is BS. Like, what are we
Yeah.
trying to do here?
I just think it's impressive that you understood that at that age. You know.
Right, because that is what I did. I bet because I was even aware, like, that is what I was doing. I was only
No.
trying to do stuff with my left hand. And then, like, that external therapy in the hospital or the facility, they did the reverse. I know they did constraint therapy. So they would put a cast on my left arm, and I would have to do everything with my right arm, which isn't very practical, but I feel like I was able to do some things. I'm like, so I think I've lost so much usage of my hand, which terrifies me. But yeah,
But
so I also like considered, I took that into mind and I'm like, yeah, my other therapist was doing this. Now we're trying to do the opposite. How does that make sense?
yeah, it's pretty good that you like picked up on that. I don't think, I mean, that's going forward, but I don't know if I would recognize that at such a young age.
Maybe
So
you would have.
I don't know. All I'm saying is kudos to you.
Thank
Um,
you.
sure. I
Did you do
do.
OT?
Oh yeah, I did OT, I did PT, and I did speech pathology.
Hmm.
And I think that my poor mother, I think that took over like a good portion of my entire family's time. You
I know,
know,
mine too. I feel so bad for my mom.
even if it was a 45-minute session, that's 45 minutes plus 45 minutes, you know, and what is
Yeah, that's tough.
a couple of times a week too. It's not one, you
Yeah,
know.
mine was an hour away.
Mine was pretty far away too. Because
Wow.
I remember just how long it took to get there, and on the
Hmm.
way home, it feels like it takes even longer.
Yeah,
Because you
because now
just
you're
want
done
to
and you
get
wish you're ready
home.
to be home.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was an hour away at least, and we
Well,
were there probably 3 hours twice a
um,
week. So, yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's like it's a full day. That's
And
crazy.
think about it. Think about it this way. Would you yourself commit to that right now? Like,
I just don't have the time, I feel.
exactly. And,
That's
or,
why I like, which I say that, and my mom is doing this with a full-time job.
I
I'm not
know.
doing that, so maybe I have no room to speak. Me saying I have no time for that even.
That's my point. Just how incredible it was. I
Moms
mean,
are superheroes.
they are. They really are. Uh, just, it still blows my mind. But, any other topics for PT you wanted to bring
No,
up?
I wanted to ask about your experience with speech pathology. Or did I say that right?
Yes, you did. So I don't remember that well because
When to when did you do it?
I think I only went till maybe 12 or 10.
Oh,
They,
super little.
I think they were like at this point that's kind of it, that we can't really go forward. But I remember a lot of it was like I was walking and they would want me to talk while I walk because
Oh,
my issue is a lot of the time breathing and not having
mm,
enough breath in my lungs to get out a full sentence sometimes.
okay.
And a lot of it was also like pronouncing and like tongue exercises
Mm-hmm.
and
That's good.
trying to remember. It was such a long time ago. I
Oh yeah.
don't, but I do remember it. Like I remember going. I remember my therapist. And I remember I didn't like speech pathology. That was like my least favorite.
Oh, why not?
I think because it was just so hard for me. I
Oh,
don't know
you it was
why.
too challenging?
It was challenging.
And as a kid, you're like, ugh.
And to think of it, like, my biggest insecurity is my voice.
Oh, so you didn't
So,
like it.
and having me talk and like hearing my recorded voice,
Oh,
it messed
Mm-hmm.
me up.
Right.
I
Okay,
think
it's
a
fix your
lot.
speech, but now you got on some mental trauma.
Yeah. And I don't, it didn't fix my speech per se. It was just helping me to enunciate better, learning how to use my mouth in the best way I could.
That's
Because
good.
obviously, I think my muscles are weak, and that's why it kind of comes out
Mm-hmm.
slurred and slow and a little sloppy. And again, I think facing all those issues head on was just emotionally and physically just
That's a lot.
so hard for me.
Yeah.
And being a kid on top of it and not really understanding those emotions as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And I feel like as a kid, you don't realize the long-term benefits. As a kid, you're kind of
right,
more short-sighted, and for you,
right.
like, I feel like everyone sometimes seeks instant gratification, but as a kid, I feel like that's pretty much all you know. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's like you don't know how to like express it, and then yeah, having to process, yeah, that insecurity. Oh my God. Wait, so like, why would they have you walking while doing, like, to practice, like,
Oh, Tim, volleyball, like, because of my
oh,
muscles and it's hard for me to take, like, I cannot blow up a balloon to save my life.
can't either.
To save my life. So they just wanted me to strengthen my lungs and breathing, and talking and walking is also coordination. That's a challenge too in itself.
Yeah.
So, um, I think that was the point. Just strengthen my breathing and
Mm,
try to speak as clearly as I could when they walk to
yeah.
touch. Because also, just physically speaking, takes way more muscles for me. Because I'm fighting the muscles that aren't working properly. So, yeah, I think that's the goal, essentially. Just to strengthen mouth muscles, breathing, and try to fight the fatigue that comes with that.
Yeah, that would be fatiguing. So do you have any mouth exercises that you do today, or
No.
you're like absolutely the hell not? Oh,
My special kind of CP in the mouth. I forget what it's
oh,
called because I looked it up before and I
you need to
found this.
find it.
I will, and maybe if I find it, I'll put it in the description. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's like a free app that gives you exercises to improve your speech or just improve the muscles in your mouth, basically. And actually, what led me down that rabbit hole is that I wanted to get a lip flip, which is basically like makes your top lip appear more full. So I was
Oh,
thinking if I got it, my face would be more relaxed and my speech might be a little
oh,
more
because it would be more
clear.
balanced, or
I don't know. Like in my head, I'm like, yeah, that sounds right.
right, you gotta get some justification going.
But I asked, I think Google, what's your guy? ChatGPT.
Yeah, you gotta ask ChatGPT. It runs through all the Google search engines. So
Yeah,
much
I
easier.
did. I did ask it, and
Yeah.
they were like, no, it would be so much worse if
Oh,
you did it.
you research and you didn't just assume. Oh
Yeah,
my
so
God.
I
Wait,
did my
why?
research, and they were like, because your muscles in your mouth are already like weak, it would
Mm.
probably make your speech more slurred. I'm like,
Uh-oh.
oh man, I'm not doing that. It's
Constant
not
drunk
worth
Sarah?
it.
Oh my God.
Plus, you can't drink from a straw. Like, it's really hard to drink from a straw that way once you get that done. And I'm like, well, I'll be severely hydrated. I won't
Oh yeah,
be
because you
able
said you need a
to.
straw, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'll
Oh
be.
God, never get your wisdom teeth taken out then.
Oh, it did. And they got um, socket. What's it called? Dry
What?
socket.
What the hell is that?
So the dry socket is when you use the straw too much after you get your wisdom teeth taken out,
Oh,
and it's like a blood clot that forms
oh my
in that
God.
hole that's healing it.
Did it
And
hurt?
what? Oh my God, the nerve was exposed. So it was the worst, not the worst pain, but it was bad.
How could you even eat or swallow anything? Oh my God.
I couldn't eat. I had to get like a fake like they put some type of degradable cloth in there to make a like makeshift blood clot to like
Oh,
fill it in. Yeah.
almost like how you fill in a cavity.
Yeah. And they gave
Oh,
me Vicodin.
ah, how long was this process to recover from this?
It took probably an extra week or so. Just
Oh my God.
yeah. But
Yeah, because
uh,
I didn't actually know that that was true that you couldn't, because I did it a couple times at restaurants because I forgot, but I guess that clearly was enough. But I guess since you were doing it multiple times a day, since you only drink with a
yeah.
straw, it caught up to you.
Plus, when you get out of that surgery, you're all loopy and stuff. And
Oh, yeah, there you go.
my aunt was like, "Do you want something to drink?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's go get some." And I think I got like a milkshake. And
As you should.
but you have to suck extra.
Yeah, to get the thick texture. Oh my God. You're not getting.
Like, probably the worst thing to do,
You should put on
but
like apple juice, like the thinnest drink ever.
anyway, yeah, that's
Wow.
my story.
What? I had no clue. What an experience.
Yeah, you can get dry socket from using your straw too much after your
Wow. I
wisdom
can't
teeth.
believe there's nothing that they could do to help prevent it or some. I mean, I guess what would they do?
You don't use a straw,
But
basically.
like you have to.
I know, but I could have found another way. It'd be messy, but I'd do it.
Hey, whatever gets it done.
Yeah. Well, alright. Thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate you. If you have any comments, questions, or if you just want to chat with us, you can always chat on themoxiepod at gmail.com or we're on Instagram, and that's it for
Or even just
now.
in our comment section,
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. Comment on the video. Tell us
please.
how tell us how annoying we are not. Okay?
Yeah, not. Emphasis.
And if yes, and if you want to be a guest, just reach out to us. We'll
Please.
be happy to accommodate your time and schedule and
Yeah,
work with
definitely.
you.
We definitely want to
And
work with you guys. So please, please, please reach out and please, we would love to have more guests.
yes. And have a wonderful holiday. Um,
Yeah.
thank you for watching. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.